Hi everybody, welcome back to another CYT-Crypto episode. My name is Stephen Aitchison, and today we'll be looking at kind of the Bitcoin chart, looking at the kind of markets overall. Nothing much happening just now. It's just a kind of slow day today. We're just kind of waiting on Bitcoin to see what it's going to do. We're going to be looking at the chart. Looks as if it's going to go down, but we'll have a look and see kind of what's happening there. We're also going to be looking at the September calls. This is for the premium group. If you're in the premium group, this is kind of the results of the premium calls, but it's to show you as well and to hold myself accountable. Because you might be asking, who the hell is this guy talking about crypto or talking about trading? You might not know what the hell he's talking about. So I want to kind of be open and honest and show you the calls for September as well that I made. I didn't make that much in September because obviously the market's been so volatile. It's just when you make a call, it could go up kind of one day and then it's kind of right as down 25-30% the next day. So it's difficult to make calls, but I'm going to be making more calls in October. If you're in the premium group, I know I've not been making a lot of calls. And you're thinking, why the hell am I paying kind of this money if they're not getting calls made? But I will be. There are always opportunities. So I've been a bit lax in making the calls. And I realised today, I kind of had a conversation with somebody yesterday, and I realised today just how little calls I'd made over the last kind of couple of weeks. So I'll be looking at that every day again, just looking for those opportunities for day traders as well. Okay, I just want to see if we're live or not. Make sure we are live. We are live indeed. So I'm just going to jump over. Hopefully the sound is okay. And special mention to Mike D as well. He's watching it on the big screen. He just kind of wrote to me in the admin group this morning. I thought, God, that's not a pretty sight in the morning, watching my face on the big screen. But anyway, Mike D is in just now. Mike D is in house, one of our brilliant admins who's watching on the big screen, is in the house. Welcome to you, Mike. Mark Ennis is in. Good to see you, mate. Hope you've seen the video. Well, I know you've seen the video. You kind of wrote to me this morning for Centivate. So CYT-Crypto done a kind of video for Centivate yesterday, which I watched this last night and this morning. It was a bit late for me last night, but I watched it last night and this morning. I thought, excellent. It's good to find out what Centivate are up to. The Hawthorns is in as well. Paul Van Gossman is in. Marcus Jafari, Crypto Dread is in. Is now, what time is it over there? Just now 4 a.m. Imran Chowdhury is in. Good to see you back. David D, good to see you back. Mark Pollen is with us as well. And Gordy Boy has made it back with us. And I'll get to some of the comments. Internet problems again. No, it wasn't. Sorry, I'd said yesterday the carpet fit was coming this morning, very early in the morning. So the carpet fit was into because I was laying floor all yesterday. It literally took me 9 hours. I don't know why, but I've done a good job of it anyway. So I was laying a subfloor for the carpet to be fitted. So the carpet had been fitted, but we could see all the ripples and bumps from the floorboards, even though we had brilliant kind of underlay for it. So I lifted the carpet again, lifted the underlay, lifted all the carpet kind of beading as well, and put flooring down, a subfloor, 6mm subfloor. Done that all day yesterday, and the carpet fitter was coming back to refit the carpet. So I said yesterday in yesterday's live that I was going to be late, about 9 a.m, but I'm actually early because I went at 8:50 a.m. So that was that. So it's no internet problems today. Crypto Dread, let's all have a blessed day today. Good morning, Stephen. All travelling today. Try to catch you on mobile. Excellent. Thanks for tuning in, David. Good to see you tuning in from your mobile as well. Ethos is moving up. We're going to be looking at the charts as well. So look at some of the ones that are moving up as well. Pop quiz. The world's most used crypto isn't BTC. Can you guess what it is? XRP. Gordy Boy is in saying good morning. Breaking Bitcoin mega mining farm burns down, destroying 10 million of crypto. Jeez, oh, never seen that. CRPT, 0x Link, RCN, TNT are the 5 to 5. Yep, we've seen that as well, Imran. Kind of talked about that last week or this week, earlier on this week. Steve, you're still in win. Bad news. It is really bad news, and I'm still in win. I've lost that cash. So I'm going to hold on. I've lost the money in Wink, I think, unless it kind of pulls it back over the months. I don't know what's going to happen there, to be honest. So not good news at all to still be in win. It looks like you had a haircut, mate. I've just brushed it. I didn't know what to do with it this morning. It's all kind of floppy at the front, so I just thought, fuck it, just sweep it back. So that's what I've done. B is in the house. Okie dokie. Answer, it's Tether. Tether is the answer. for the pop quiz. That kind of seems obvious now. Okay, we'll look at the market, see what's going on, and we'll just see if I've got this set up. Yeah, I have. What's going on in the markets? We've got this market's actually gone up. We've got a market capitalization of $220 billion. We've got a Bitcoin dominance of 67.6%, and we've got a Bitcoin price of 8,298. Now I thought it was going to move up above the 8,400 mark, which is above the 200 moving average, 200-day moving average mark on the daily chart. It's not doing that yet, so it looks as if it could come down a wee bit. So there's the markets overall, stock markets are jittery overall. It might spill over into the kind of crypto markets, that kind of jitteriness as well. We'll look at the stock markets as well. Who's the winners and losers? We have Centrality up 82%. 82%, so market cap is now 34 million. I don't know if there's any news on Centrality. Bitcoin Diamond is up 12.83% as well. That's the only two in double-digit greens. In the greens, we have about 65% in the green, 35% in the red. Who's the biggest loser? Energy is down 14%, and that's had a good run up. So it's down 14% just now, but not that big of a deal, and that's the only one in double-digit reds. So yeah, it's only about 30% in the red, 70% in green, I would say. And so it's not that big a drop, but we'll have a look on BTC, see if that makes a difference. No, it's around about the same as well. Okay, we'll go to the overall on CoinMarketCap. We've now got 2,938 cryptocurrencies listed, and these are the ones that have traded over 10k, and this is us looking for kind of hidden gems. So we'll look at the last 24 hours and the 7-day as well, but we'll look at 24 hours first. See what's moved up on 10k volume or over. We have Sphere is up 255% on 407,000 volume. Market cap of under 1 million. This would be prime to look at. So it's good volume, brilliant market cap, and it's up 255%. You might not get in right now, but you put it on your radar. So what is Sphere? So it has had a high of about 26 or so. We need to kind of zoom right in to get the exact figure. A high of 46 million market cap. And the market cap just now is under 1 million. So 46x from here just to get to its all-time high. Now, what does it do? If it says, it just says it's a cryptocurrency, it's not got the kind of details there, so we need to go to the website. It's not got a chat room. Markets it's on is Bittrex. 13 hours. So did you know Ubix Smart Sphere? We're proud to announce support of UBQ. UBQ was in that years ago. Airdrop 6. So what is it? Proof of work blockchain, proof of stake coin, ERC20 token. So it's joined the UBQ network. Don't really give much about what it is, but this is what we kind of look for. It just gives us something to look out for. And we've got XL token plus is up 160%, market cap of 53 million, so I wouldn't be looking at that. Are coin is up 104%, 150,000 market cap. Volume is 11,000, a bit low to kind of dig into. Centrality we're seeing was up 81%, Geocoin up 74%, and that's only got a market cap of 816,000, but a volume of 476. So we'd look at Geocoin again, which I know has been looked at in the past as well. So Geocoin have had a big high there of about 50-60 million. So another one that's on the UBQ platform. UBQ coming up. What's going on there? Geocoin has current supply of 4 million. Something going on with UBQ, so I need to look at that again. That's 2 we've just looked at. That's joined over on UBQ platform, so I need to look at UBQ. UBQ or UBIC, 3.7 million. Right, so that's worth looking into. UBIC, I was into that in the past, as well as a platform. Obviously, I was into that in the past, but not anymore. But I did really like it. This was about a year and a half ago. Did really like it back then. Still on Bittrex, social. Okay, so worth looking into that as well. Okay, we'll just see who else has joined us, if anybody. G-Slick is in the house. And just comments from Imran and David, so look at them in a wee second as well. Okay, let's look at the Greed and Fear Index, 39, still the same. So people are kind of fearful, but it's not extreme fear like we had last week at 12. It has been as low as 5. And remember I said when we looked at the extreme fear and we did a correlation between the extreme fear, we went down as low as 5. Usually what happens if it goes that low, a couple of months after it, Bitcoin has shot up. I'm not saying there's a direct correlation, but there has been a correlation whereby we kind of looked at the charts. I can't remember the video there it was on, but we looked at the charts and we looked at the Fear and Greed Index and kind of done a quick correlation. And we said after a couple of months, Bitcoin usually doubles or goes up by 200% from an extreme fear low. And we have had an extreme fear low a couple of weeks ago, and just see when it was. It's down here, August. Yeah, August the 22nd. We had an extreme fear low. And usually, as I said, usually what happens after that is Bitcoin jumps by about 100 to 200%. The last time that happened was back in December, I think. But it's something to look out for. I'm not saying there is a direct correlation. I like to kind of look at things like that, numbers and kind of things like that. But we could be heading higher. But we'll look at the Bitcoin chart as well a wee bit in a wee second. This is over the last 24 hours. We were mostly in the green over the last 24 hours, apart from energy, which is down 17.5% over 24 hours, but it's up 836% over the year. So we can't follow that at all. Bitcoin still going down actually. What's going on with Bitcoin? So the week, the month, and the days as well, it just keeps on going down. Crypterium up 58% on the year, and down 6% on the day, and that's one of the ones that Tika Tawara had kind of announced as well. Zilliqa going down again. That's not had a good year at all. Not a good month either. MOF, Molecular Futures, is gone back up again. That's just pounced up. Up 40% over the last 24 hours. Up 9% on the hour. And we'll look at on the hourly. MOF has gone up again. So we've looked at MOF a couple of times and it's still going up. It's doing well. What's the market cap on MOF just now? 20 million it is now. So it's doing well. MLF doing really well. And it's just knocking on the door of the top 100. Okay, let's look at the Bitcoin chart. It's still going down. So I said this morning in the kind of groups, this morning I said we're kind of sitting at 8,323 or something, and I said it looks as if it's going to go down further. I was looking at the hourly chart, and we've got this symmetrical triangle on the hourly chart, but we're going to the low. So if it breaks this, if it breaks 8,200, we could be going back down to 8,000, and hopefully that 8,000 is going to keep on supporting Bitcoin. But we've got this symmetrical triangle on the hourly, and so we'll just see what happens there. Right there. Pull this down. So you can see here it's kind of hit that a couple of times for the resistance, the upper line, and the lower support line. Hopefully it doesn't go below, I'll say 8,230. And if it does, if we break out of that, then we could be going back down to 8,000. for Bitcoin. If we get a breakout from there, what could we expect from a breakout? Roughly. About 8,800, possibly. A good chance of that happening if it breaks out, but it doesn't look as if it's on a breakout just now. Looks as if it wants to go lower. So Bitcoin, it's not looking good for Bitcoin, unfortunately, at the moment. What else is doing well on Binance? If anything, there's a few. HOT is going up. This is on the BTC chart. Nothing much to kind of write home about. That's on the hourly. We'll go on the daily. So Seacoin is actually crossing over on the daily, so that could be a good thing. MFT, don't think that's going to survive. DNT, a lot of them are going up on the daily as well. GRS is coming up. Yeah, we'll just look at Bitcoin and Binance itself. So PHP, Red Pulse Phoenix, doing brilliantly. This is on the daily, crossed over on the daily at 69. POA, called that last week. We're going to look at the September calls as well. Called that jumped over at 164, now 235, and it's been higher than that, so that's gone up again. MFT is, because it's low Satoshi value, it's not really, it's just trading between 11 and 12 just now. Or between, say, 9 and 12, it's in that kind of channel just now. So you can see there are still lots of opportunities out there, despite what's happening with the Bitcoin price. We just need to kind of be aware of it. And I'm going to be looking at charts a lot more, because I have been a bit lax in that. And that's just thinking that the market's so volatile just now that I don't want to make the calls. But you can see there are some brilliant calls to be made out there as well. We'll look at KuCoin as well. What's happening with KuCoin? What is up? AdBank is shooting up just now. We'll look on the daily for AdBank. So you can see it's not going to take much to get to its all-time high. We've got about 10x from here, so it's not going to take much because it's coming up its all-time low. So it was, all-time low was 4 Satoshi, now down to, or up to 8 Satoshi. So it's went up over 100% over the last couple of weeks. We did get up to 13. AdBank, I still think is going to do well. I'm still holding it just now, got an ICO stage, still holding it at the moment, but only a market cap of 405,000. It's an advertising platform as well, but we'll see how good or well it does. But I'm just going to hold what I've got just now. But they're going up just now. AdBank on KuCoin. This is the main. We'll look at the main one first. KuCoin Plus is 6-point Tomo chain. Okay, so what else is doing well? BPT, as Blockport, is going up again. You can see that there. And PHX, I've seen that on as well. Ocean is still doing well. Ocean is one of the kind of hidden gems we've kind of spoken about a couple of weeks ago. We've kind of looked at that and it's gone up by over 200%. What else is doing well? Vid had jumped up big time as well. I see a huge spike there. Don't know what happened there. So still lots of opportunities in KuCoin as well. KuCoin is up and coming. Where are the KCS shares just now? KCS, we'll go to USDT, see what dollar value is for KCS. $1.13, I think that's a bargain for KCS just now. So $1.13 at the moment. I think KuCoin is up and coming, but I think it's going to run into the same problems or issues as Binance with regards to regulatory kind of issues as well. But for now, it's doing well, and I still think it's a bargain at $1.13. Go back to chat, see what's going on. T-Mac is in the house. Welcome to you. Dennis van der Hayden is in. Okay, so we'll get to some of the comments. Can you look at the APL chart? I can indeed. I'll do that after we look at the kind of September calls. My pawn, like I said a few days ago, sold all my cryptos. Last one I bought was a favourite vibe and now on the way up. Could make 100%. I wasn't patient enough, but I will be back. Excellent. That's good, because I know you'd sold into kind of Tether, didn't you? David D, the fact that the farm burnt down shows BTC as points of failure. If more farms were burnt down, that would hurt BTC. The much hyped Hedera Hashgraph bombed. The makers are rethinking the tokenomics. Lesson of the day, don't get caught up in the hype. So Hedera Hashgraph, is that bombed? H-bar. Yeah, we'll look at Binance. 468, has it bombed? We'll look on as bombed since it came out for the kind of ICO, etc. Right, because it said when it first came out, it said it was just way too high. The market cap was way too high for it, and just to wait on it. But I do like H-bar as a project and what it's doing. I think it's far-reaching kind of project, and if they can pull it off, obviously it'll be right up there in the kind of top 100 or top 20. It will be, I think. Right, I'm not going to read all the comments. Just a tip for you, Steve. NKN are going up against a video for the new Binance Community Coin Vote, 10th to 11th of October. Possibly a big pump incoming that one keep your eye on. NKN are expected to win. Just have a wee look at NKN, and then we'll go to September calls. NKN I know we've looked at before. 7.7 million market capitalization. We've got 350 million circulating supply out of a total supply of 700 million. But max supply is 1 billion for it. So that's okay, you're 35% of the max supply, which is good. Markets is on, lots of markets it's on just now. Social, NKN, recap comprehensive interview with NKN founder, that was 9 hours ago. So if you want to see that, I'll go onto Twitter and look at that interview and I'll give you an idea of the founders as well. We need your help to win Binance vote. Good, so it looks like they're going to win that. Not to work with blah blah blah. Huge airdrop awaits you if NKN wins. Binance Community Coin Vote. So there's going to be an airdrop as well. Bills itself as a new kind of P2P network connectivity protocol that's powered by a public blockchain. NKN is used to incentivize internet users to share the network connection unused bandwidth. NKN describes its networking infrastructure as open, efficient and robust, thereby enabling application developers to build a decentralized internet. Interesting. Definitely look at that. Thanks very much for that. Really appreciate that. Chris Cash is in the house as well. Morning Stephen, can you watch to Mana, crush the like? Excellent, thanks very much. Okay, we'll go to the September calls and then I'll kind of look at the comments again. We'll get back to it and have a wee look at them. So this is the September calls. So if you don't know, I've got a premium group and I make calls every kind of day, not every single day, but I make calls most days. September was a really bad month for making calls. So I only made 24 calls as opposed to August, which was 29 calls. July was a lot more as well, 33 calls. June was just 50 odd calls or something. So not a lot of calls made in September because of the volatility. Could have made more, and I'll be looking at that definitely for October. But just to explain to you, what I do is I make a call and I record the price when I make that call for a particular project, and I've got 10 days. I think a price is going to go up on a coin, a project is going to go up within 10 days. So I make the call and I record the price, the highest price within 10 days. And I also now record the lowest price within the 10 days and look at the drawdown. Now the drawdown figure here on the right hand side is a difference between the price that I make the call at and the lowest price within that 10-day period. So we want a drawdown typically of below 10%. And because of the volatility, the drawdown sometimes is much higher and sometimes it's low, or you might not just get any drawdown at all. It might be zero, but very rarely that happens. So we can see here, Hypercash called on the 8th of September. The drawdown was 3.17%, which is good. That means it wouldn't have hit the 5% stop loss or the 10% stop loss, whatever it is. Or if you had a stop loss at all, it would have went down 3.17% at its lowest. And the gain was 11.76%. But we'll give you another example on the other side. I called ERD, Elrond, on the 10th of September. So I made the call at 20 Satoshi. It went up to 21 Satoshi on the same day, but 5 days later it came down. The lowest price was 16 Satoshi, and that was a drawdown of 20%. ERD, where is it just now? Remember, this has to be done within a day, or within 10 days. So ERD is 18 just now. So if you'd held on, you'd have still been okay. And I think the lowest it did get to was 16 indeed. So if you'd held on, you'd have been okay. 22nd of September did go up to 26. So if you'd held on, it could have went up 30%. But remember, this is within 10 days, so I'm limiting myself. So I have to be very careful of the calls I'm making in the premium group as well. So the ones in the red here on the drawdown list, the ones in the red means it went down before it went up, or it didn't hit the 5%. It didn't go above 5%, so that's why it's in red. So this is just about being open, being transparent, and kind of honest with you about kind of my trading and the calls I make as well in the premium group. It might make you want to join the premium group. You can do. There's a link down below to get 3 free videos, and when you watch the first video, you can see you get a chance to join the premium group as well. Now, the average gain per call that I made over this period was 18.82%. So that's the average gain. You can see most of them on the loss gain side. If it's in green, it means it went above 5%. If it's in orange, it means it didn't go above the 5% gain. The highest we had was POA, which was 90%. However, if you look at this, it had a drawdown of 23.03%, so it went down before it went up 90%. So you would have been better not having a stop loss in here, but it did go down 23%, and then before it jumped up the 90%. So that wasn't a particularly good one, although the gain was brilliant. So again, just to be about being open. So if you get a green here, that's what we're looking for here. So this one was a perfect one. So was a perfect call. It was called at 670 Satoshi. It went up to 888 with a 32% gain. And it didn't go down below 670. It's gone down below 670 now, but this within the 10 days, it didn't go below 670. So that's been a perfect call as well. There's no drawdown whatsoever. So that's the calls for September. So that was the best one. And possibly POA was the best one, the highest one. But the best probably was SOL at 670 because there was no drawdown. Another one with the low drawdown was CND, went up 34% with a 6.74% drawdown. And we had 25%, 21, 33%, but that was a 22% drawdown. But it did go up before it went down, so you'd have taken profits before then. Another good one was Monetha at 33% up, 22% drawdown, but it did go up before it went down, so you'd have taken profits again. That was Monetha, sorry, it was 7.8.9% drawdown and 37% gain. So I expect October is going to be a much better month. I do think October is going to be a much better month, so there'll be a lot more calls. If you're in a premium group, just not be careful, but just look out for that. And I'm going to make the best calls. Sometimes I make 5-6 calls on a day, so I'm just going to pick probably the top 3, and I'll just maximize it. I'll just do a max of 3 calls on any given day. There might be some days I'm not going to make a call, but I'll just do a max of 3 calls on any given day. So that'll be the 3 best calls that I make as well. So that's September results. The average drawdown per call was 11.97%. So this kind of leads me to believe this when I've been looking at the numbers as well. It leads me to believe that this 5% stop loss that I've got in, maybe we should increase that slightly to maybe 12% stop loss. So that means if you put in $1,000, you could go down to $880 before making a gain, or you put your stop loss at 880. That would be where your stop loss is, which is quite a big stop loss, to be honest. Certainly if you're in the FX markets, they don't want a stop loss of any more than 0.5% or something like that, but they're playing with big numbers and tiny percentages to get bigger gains. And they're doing margin as well. So if you're in the FX markets, this seems a hell of a lot, to be honest, but it's something to look at, and something I might change for the future of making the calls as well. So ideally, I'd like the drawdown to be less than 10%. But remember, we're talking about a 10-day period. So it's very specific. A lot of these calls have jumped up, but a lot of them have gone down again as well. So let me know if you've got any questions about the kind of calls that I make. Obviously, in the free group as well, and there's a link down below. I think there's a link down below for the free group. I think I've changed the description, so I need to get it changed back to link to the free group as well. I think there's an actual link down below. So you can join the free group, and I'll put some calls in there as well in the free group. So I'll start doing that. I've not really done that before, but I'll start doing that from here on in, and you can get a taste of what the calls are like as well in the premium group. Okay, we'll go back to chat. Nels Bull is in the house this morning. Good morning to you. Jean is in the house. Strange, never got YouTube notification for live stream. Yeah, it's been happening a lot. You have to kind of click on it maybe twice or hit the notification bell again, so it's got wee commas at the side of it. So you're going to get every single live notification. You might have signed up just to get some notifications. CryptoLark just made a video regarding the FED releasing a crypto dollar. Imran Chowdhury, 4 major Libra partners considering dropping support. Yeah, I seen that yesterday as well, Imran, about some of the big partners, IBM and such, talking about dropping the Libra. I don't know if it was IBM, but there's 4 major ones I kind of looked at yesterday. Okay, so I'm going to look at a few charts just now. Just go back and see. WNKN, done that. Mana. Chris Cash, want to see, can you watch to Mana? Crushed it. Okay, we'll look at Mana. I think there was somebody else before that as well. We'll just look at the BTC chart first of all. 8278 is coming back again. Let's see what happens there. Okay, Mana. Mana BTC. That's Decentraland. We'll go to the 4 hourly first. 4 hourly crossover, which is good. We'll go to the bigger picture, which is daily. Coming off this all-time low. We've got an all-time low here. No, we don't want the trend line. We want the horizontal line. So we've got an all-time closing low of 297. We're up at 337 just now. It looks as if it's going to cross over in the daily. It hasn't crossed over on the daily since the 26th of February when it went up. Where am I going? Put all these lines in. Get rid of these. So it hasn't crossed over. It went up about 100% before coming back down. It looked like a pump and dump actually. But that was over a period of about 3 weeks, so it was a slow progression upwards, and then a kind of big jump up on the 28th of March, and then all the way down. So it's coming off its all-time low, which is always a good thing. Always a good thing. It jumped up about 15% from its all-time low, which is good. It's just about to cross over. It looks as if it's going to cross over in the daily. The 70 EMA going over the 50 EMA, which is a really good sign as well. Bullish sign for me. And yeah, that looks good short term. 337, that would be a good one to look at on the 4 hourly. A bit messy, a bit choppy on the 4 hourly. But I've been in this trading range 382 to 300. So we need to get out of that trading range. Once it breaks 380, then it could fly from there as well. So Mana looks good. TMAC, Coinbase now pays out interest on USDC. It's automatic. It accrues by the second. 1/25th of a percent, or 1.25%. If that was every second, that would be amazing. You'd be a millionaire within kind of an hour if that was every second. So it's a 1.25% on a daily basis, a monthly basis. How is it kind of figured? I've seen the kind of news about that as well. Chose not to do that. A couple of news stories that kind of looked at. No, I didn't kind of put that in. Did it? Can look at the APL chart. I knew there was another one. APL won't be on here, is it? BTC. Nope. So we'll go to Coinigy. APL. What is APL? Oh, public currency. So to get that, I was wondering why it wasn't on Coinigy. Chart, so I need to go to Chart Coin Trader. APL BTC. Right, this is on the daily. All-time low again. Coming up as all-time low, 8 Satoshi. Probably better looking at Ethereum. Actually, I would go to Ethereum and look at that price. You probably get, I don't know if the liquidity is there in Ethereum, but it's coming up for a crossover. It's not really crossed over since March. Last time was before that, was 23rd of December. I don't know the fundamentals. This is purely the technicals. It looks as if it's coming up for the crossover and waiting it crossing over before it went. But if we look on the 4-hourly chart, crossed over already, but there's not much trading there. What's the kind of volume on that? $1.49 million. And that's not dollars, that's actual tokens, I would imagine. So yeah, there's not, it's a bit bitty at the moment with regards to the kind of trading volume. And you'll just see, have a look at the bigger picture and look at the volume as well. The volume's actually been quite high from there. I just want to see the volume on here. 1.4 million, so it is 1.4 million USD. That's on the daily. This is 1.4 million in 4 hours. I'm not sure about that. It looks as if it's going to cross over in the daily, so for me that would be a very bullish sign, as I said before. So it could do well, but I don't know the fundamentals, as I said, about Apollo. What markets is it on? Bitmart, IDAX, Bitmart again, that's the Ethereum price. So Ethereum, a lot of people are trading in Ethereum pair. But Bitmart, I don't know if there's kind of wash trading going on. Market cap of 13 million. Right, rank 268. So what's it say there? The listing is not eligible for normal ranking. I don't know why that. I've seen that a couple of times now. So let's get back out about publishes granular API. Requirements outlined in TENI. Okay, so that's with regards to coin market cap. Okay, so the chart, it looks good in the short term, as if it's going to jump up. This is on the Bitcoin price as well. I would imagine it's the same on the Ethereum kind of pairing as well. But it could do well. Gordy Boy, more negatives than positive just now. Libra threat, privacy coins getting delisted, and my big worry is that companies that use blockchain but associated tokens do nothing. Yeah, everybody sees kind of Libra as a big threat, and it's not even out. I don't suppose it's probably has been worked on just now, but a lot of people are talking about Libra just now. JSLEC, PundiX, Carnival, and XWallet get free airdrops every day. Excellent. Imran, CryptoLark just made a video about that. We've just seen that. AGI, please. AGI was seen yesterday as well, but we'll kind of have another wee look today. AGI BTC. So we're on the 4-hourly, just crossing over on the 4-hourly, which is a good thing. AGI, what it tends to do is spike and come back down. It's not done that for a while. 19th of July. I've done it here as well, 309 from 239. So it crossed over on the 4-hourly, which is a good short-term bullish sign. On the daily, we're kind of close to the all-time low, obviously, altogether, which is a good sign, or a good thing for me as well, if you believe in the project. If it's close to its all-time low and it's a good project, you've done your due diligence and you've said it's a good project, then this is the time to accumulate. I think AGI is going to survive the altcoin purge, and I think it's going to do okay. What's the market cap of AGI? It was a low market cap as well, 11.4 million. Mitch Dieter, good morning to you. Never got a notification either. So if you're on, I'm just going to see. I can't switch just now. I'll just go here. I'll show you what I mean. Here. So this is Tone Vases live just now. Right, Tech House Cash. Okay, so I've subscribed there. I've got the notification bell there. And what you can do, you can click on the notification bell and click all. So that means you get all notifications. Or you can do personalized, you can do it once a week or something like that. Or you can do none. So I think YouTube would change it automatically just to kind of personalize. You're going to get some notifications, but not all. So click on that, and that means you're going to get all notifications from this particular channel, which is the CYT-Crypto channel. So do that. See if you're getting that as well. You might have it on all just now. Right, I'm getting, this is buzzing going off. What's going on? Just wonder if there's something kind of happening just now. No, we're good. We're good. My holdings in 2017 are 26 coins, in 2018 10 coins, in 2017 whittled that down to top 5 picks. Each wave had to pivot and double down into quality and get rid of crap. If I had remained, I'd be down big. Yeah, I think that's what happened to a lot of people. A lot of people did remain and they were down big, including myself and some of them. To be honest, but I did get a lot of them, and I'd be down even further. I probably wouldn't be here talking to you just now if I held on to everything. I'd have just blown everything, to be honest. So yeah, I totally get you, Imran. Always have to learn to pivot and not be emotional. And that's the biggest lesson I think we've had to learn, is just look at the markets with indifference. When you're day trading, it's different because you are emotional. You're in it, you're day trading. It is what it is. It's day trading or minute trading or kind of hourly trading. It just depends what you're doing. But that's kind of exciting, that part of it. But for long term, you should be looking at it with no emotion whatsoever. Like, so I'm going to buy more Bitcoin, and if it goes down to $3,000, there will be no emotion whatsoever, because I do believe in it for the future, and I think it will be up to 50,000, 100,000, whatever it's going to get to eventually. Barbara Taylor is in the house. Welcome to you. Good to see you here. ADA is on the move. Excellent. On KuCoin, not Binance. So ADA, we'll look at BTC. So we'll look at on Binance. On Binance, it's 471. What is it on KuCoin then? ADA, BTC. That's the same, Barbara? 471. Or 472, it's gone up slightly. So we'd still be waiting on this crossover. It's so close to the crossover on the daily. And still be waiting on that purely for confirmation that it's on its way up. It's just for confirmation. And we can see it's not had the crossover since kind of March 2018. So we're talking 6-7 months. There's not a crossover. But long term, I wouldn't be bothered about Cardano at all. I just think it's just going to shoot up. It's just going to be a matter of time. It's not going to be a matter of if. It's going to be a matter of when. OST, we've not looked at OST for a while. OST, BTC, crossed over on the daily, always a good sign. All-time low, which a lot of the coins were, 87. So it's gone up 63% since this all-time low, but we're talking since that was kind of back in August, a couple of months ago. But crossed over, it's never crossed over since the 26th of February. That is a good sign. So short term, OST looks like it's going to go up more. On the 4 hourly, it did cross over. On the 4 hourly, it's crossed over a couple of times, predominantly probably 109. So it's pretty volatile being in and out on the 4 hourly. But on the daily, it's just crossed over. So yeah, I'd see that as a sign for a short term rise for AGI. So it looks good. So I guess the next kind of hurdle we need to break on that would be 160. So when you break 160, it could fly from there because you have no real resistance. I suppose the next resistance area would be 200, and that'd be a psychological barrier as well. If it breaks 160, then 200, then you could fly up all the way up into the mid 200s, up to 300. So you're talking about 100% increase possibly. If it breaks the first barrier over 160, then 200, you could be looking at 100% profit there if you get in just now. That's not financial advice, I'm just kind of looking at charts, do your own research and all that. Put your big boy pants on. Gary Parmenter is in. District 0X, potential hidden gem, Steve. Has some incredible AI with a multitude of cutting edge use cases. I like DNT, I've liked it in the past. I've not caught up with it recently, but I do like DNT as well. DNT, BTC. Crossed over in the daily, short term good. Coming off its all-time low at 60, it's up at 86 just now. We can see we've had a high of 2,000 since its high 2000s, nearly 3,000 of a high. I think this is definitely going to survive the altcoin purge, and I think it's going to be one of the ones that's going to kind of shoot up as well once you get rid of all the crap in the altcoin purge. The altcoin purge, by the way, is happening just now. It just means coins are just not going to be traded because of shit, basically. And people are starting to realise that. People are getting much more discerning with regards to what's good, what's bad. But we still have to learn as well and to do our due diligence. And you're still going to get some that just fall by the wayside. Kin was a perfect example. That's a brilliant project. I think it's a brilliant project. But because of kind of SEC, this was out with kind of fundamentals. Because with SEC, etc., it looks as if they've fallen by the wayside. But they could bounce back. But you have to factor in fundamentals, technicals as well. But do your due diligence, look at the team, look at the project, look at the products, roadmap, what they're doing, and just look at all that as well. So you're going to get the quality rising to the top now, and it's happening just now. Cardano burst looks over. Mike D, would a rise in BTC be affected by people now being wary of previous drops and taking profits rather than wait for to moon and taking the risk of a crash? I think people are more wary now, which could slow price progress. I don't think so, Mike, to be honest. I think we're very fickle creatures and we kind of forget a lot as well. Once we get caught up in the hype of when Bitcoin starts to go parabolical again, once we get caught up in the hype, we just get caught up. We forget the past, forget what's happened in the past because we think, right, this is now, the past is the past. And then it's only in hindsight we look back and say, shit, I should have realised from what happened in the past, I should have kind of sold some, took some profit. But more people are getting more educated, I'd say that, about what's happened in the past as well. And we've been here for a couple of years now. I've been in this for a couple of years. So if I was in Bitcoin, if I was trading Bitcoin, I'd take profit before letting it ride. With the pension pot, it's totally different. I just keep that. Just keep it because I know I'm not going to touch it for the next couple of years, year, 2 years, however long it takes for it to get to £100,000 or £200,000, whatever. So I'm not so sure about that, Mike, but I think a lot of people still get caught up in hype, even if it's all happened before as well. David D, not sure. Biden and Frank with Trump re-election is likely if the economy is good, landing up to election. Leading up to election, it doesn't suffer too much damage from impeachment proceedings. Yeah, I don't know what's going to happen there. Obviously, with Brexit as well, we've got, what, 28 days till Brexit happens, supposedly. It's just a joke just now. I'm not going to talk even about politics. Something we should never talk about. It shot up to 475, then back down. Ah, right, I'm with you, because I couldn't see the jump there. Mike thinks sentiment is certainly a factor, but not a sole factor. The markets are fickle and easily swayed by narratives and whales. Who really knows? Exactly. What have you Imran Chowdhury, what if you have two long-term projects you want to get into, equally excited about, and you don't have enough money to put into one to make a good return versus a split, which wouldn't be significant ROI? Yeah, it just depends. Obviously, if I said to you, Imran, okay, you've only got, let's say, $500, you can't really split it, you've got two projects, but they're equally as good and you're equally as excited and you think the ROI could be amazing, I'm guessing you'd be able to find another $500. It's something that I kind of talk about a lot for the personal development side of things, talk about a lot. If you're looking to make more money, we've done it this week. We made an extra $200 just selling on Facebook kind of market. And that's all we've done. We just sold some furniture because I was going to put it to the skip. And I thought, no, we'll just try and sell it, see how much money we get for it. Because it'll go towards our new furniture, it'll go towards a new carpet, new flooring, etc. So that was £200 within a week. We just made £200 just selling our old stuff on Facebook Marketplace. And I thought, Jesus, what else could we sell on Facebook Marketplace? It's not to be stingy, it's just to so we can sell crap that we don't like, or not crap that we don't like, but stuff that we don't use anymore. Like some furniture, we're selling some suitcases as well, really good suitcases, we're going to sell that, kind of looking at doing that. Facebook Marketplace is free, so I'm sure you'd be able to find another $500, or anybody else. If you can't make another $500, in all honesty, you're not trying hard enough, because you could find $500 if your life depended on it. So you have to think about that as well. Just act as if your life depended on it, and I'm sure you could make an extra $500 a month. I spoke about some ways already. We're looking at kind of drivey.co.uk, where you can rent out your car, where you're kind of insured and everything. You've got Airbnb if you've got a room or something like that. You've got selling stuff on Facebook Marketplace, setting up a business, doing the eBay stuff as well. There's loads of ways you can make an extra $500 a month, and loads of ways you could find an extra tranche of money to put into crypto. As I said, I'm going to do a video on it. I think it's really important. A lot of people don't think about these things as well. Sorry, I went off on one there. I love talking personal development, how you can help yourself as well, and how we can make more money as well. G's like Dent, please. Dent is not really going anywhere just now. I think USD wise, it's the same with Win token as well. It just kind of went downhill fast since the BTC pairing has dropped off. So it's just, I don't know what's gone on with Dent and why it didn't do well, but it's just not doing well at all, and I don't know what's going to happen with it, to be honest. Same with Win as well. That's way down as well. It's just really, really bad. And that was a hugely bad decision I made on my part. But what I'm going to do, there's no point getting emotional. I know I've lost, I don't know how much. Well, I do know how much. It's actually $13,000 that I put in. And the point of doing this was to make a quick gain. I thought Win was going to go up quite quick, to make a quick 50% profit, because I put about 17,000 in. Quick 50% profit, get another 8,000, put that into XRP. Just hasn't worked out at all. These things happen. The BTC pairing decoupling didn't help at all, but it was going downhill from there anyway. But I'll still keep it. I'll still keep on staking it. It might come back up. I think is an actual good platform, Wink. If you've used it, I've used it. Kind of use it every day now. I'm going to the platform and just kind of to stake it. So I'm going to keep it. This might come back up. It might get back the BTC pairing. It could be that it's a brilliant long-term decision. We'll need to wait and see. Same with Dent as well. So it's all-time low just now, and it could be that it is worth buying just now, but look into it further first. Paul Van Gosman, Ethereum has problems, can't service transactions fast enough. That will come. That will come. I'm sure the tech will come. Ethereum will be able to process the transactions. It's just a matter of time. It's a matter of when it's going to happen. If you remember, if you think about when kind of Visa card first came out or MasterCard first came out, the transactions, the number of transactions they could do, or kind of anything like that as well, it wasn't that high. Now it's just incredibly fast, because it's done in a slightly different way. We're talking on the blockchain where it's done real time. Visa card and MasterCard is not done real time. It's like the banks as well. Nothing is settled in real time. It's all settled within a couple of days. So we're talking the blockchain where it's settled in real time. So we have to think about these transactions and not kind of compare it to what kind of Visa card and MasterCard are doing just now, because it's kind of apples and pears. It's just different altogether. But we will get there with Ethereum. I think we're going to get there. And I think it could even happen with Bitcoin as well. It'd be like a plugin that you kind of get in another kind of dApp, something that's going to be utilized, or technology that's going to be utilized that will get it up to those transaction speeds. There's no doubt that that's going to happen. So this, talking about scalability and all that, there's no doubt that's going to happen. That's not even going to be an issue in the future, within a couple of years, within a year probably, that's going to be fixed. And so I don't see that as any issues at all. Imran, either choose right, but I would split and adjust accordingly. As you see, that looks more promising. Averaging up works as well as averaging down. Do your own research and good luck. More horses in the race. Barbara Taylor, good morning. Got to catch whole show since you started a little later. Yes, I did, Barbara. Mike D, great live, Steve. Great, good contribution from everyone today. It has been really good. I really enjoy the chat that come in when you come in and chat about this as well. Have a brilliant day, Mike, and thanks for tuning in, buddy. Imran, Dent community were pissed off because the team were dumping massive amounts of coin. Yeah, so there's something up there. If the team are dumping massive amounts of coins, then there's something up. ETN seems to be the mobile crypto that has any validity. And there's another one as well, kind of looking at that as well. I looked at ETN this morning actually. I was just looking at the calls that I'd made. ETN was one of them. Where did ETN get to? ETN, I called it 43. It did go up to 54 with a 25% gain and a drawdown of 6.98%. That was on the 19th of September. So that did look good. David D, everybody has a plan until they're punched in the mouth. Mike Tyson, crypto holders, unintended hodlers. Paul Van Gosman had the likes, thanks very much. Gary Permenta, energy has dropped 16% today. I'm throwing a lot into a shared masternode. Hope for a 63% return to ease any short-term price fluctuation. Yeah, you've hit the nail on the head there. Short-term price fluctuations as well. Imran, David D, you always use that Tyson quote, dude. It's getting old. LOL. David D, second time. Fitting all good. Okay, I think that's a good time to leave it there. We'll just look at the Bitcoin price one more time. And go to the hourly, so see what's happening at the micro level. So we're turning a green candle. So resistance for this next hour or two. Resistance was talking about 8,380-ish. And we've got support at 8,230-ish as well. So if we go below the support, 8,230, it looks as if Bitcoin is going to fall. If we go above 8,380, it looks as if we could break out of the symmetrical triangle and go higher up, and we could possibly go up to 8,800. So keep an eye on what's happening today. You can see we're up and down just now with regards to the Bitcoin price, but keep an eye on what's happening and just remember those figures. 8,230 is going to drop if it goes below that. If it goes above 8,380, it'll probably rise. You're going to get a big rise from there as well. Okay, that's it just now. Thank you very much for tuning in. Thanks for a great chat this morning as well. And I will speak to you tomorrow, same time, same place. Until then, namaste. Take care. Bye now.
Here's to the crazy ones, the misfits, the rebels, the troublemakers, the round pegs in the square holes, the ones who see things differently, They're not fond of rules, and they have no respect for the status quo. You can quote them, disagree with them, glorify or vilify them. About the only thing you can't do is ignore them, because they change things. They push the human race forward. While some may see them as the crazy ones, we see genius. Because the people who are crazy enough to think they can change the world are the ones who do.